So Wookie recommended Yoru something deるメノウ. I think that's how you pronounce that. By Ayase, covered by Rim. So that ought to be interesting, I think. Little elevator music on the intro. Ooh. That chorus effect on the intro is crazy. I have no idea what he's talking about. She. Why was that part so familiar? I heard that somewhere before, I think. Stop there. Her voice kind of sounds like Yoasobi in Dancing into the Night. Do you guys get that feeling? That really smooth and really like mature kind of voice. Alright, let me search up the original for a comparison in the video and see what's up. Ayase. Oh, so it is Yoasobi. It is a song from Yoasobi apparently. Yoasobi. A singer. A music duo who is the female. Ikura. Ain't ikura like fish eggs? I just want to say, since Hatsune Miku is a Vocaloid, her voice, to compare Vocaloid songs with like a real person singing it, it wouldn't be as fair. So I'm just gonna play the self-cover. Okay. Wow. Okay, there's quite a few differences between the cover and the original. Alright, for the intro, I can hear that the cover is trying to use like chorus effect and a tiny bit of autotune. In the self-cover though, it wasn't it didn't really have that chorus effect in it, I don't think. Not gonna lie, I actually really like the sound of autotune, but I don't know why. Ayase just kind of like off pitch in a lot of places. But Ayase's vocals is so much more powerful than Rim's. Rim. Their energy in the chorus are pretty diverse. Listen to this part. Yeah, and Ayase's version. Ayase is like kind of singing it in such an emotional vibe, while Rim just kind of go for like singing a lullaby. Both have their up and downs, but in terms of this kind of music, I feel like, wait, I have something I really want to point out. In the cover, the production was more to like a clean, really smooth, like kind of somehow kind of like city pop kind of production in there. While in a self cover, it feels more poppy. This one is a little bit more like pop and a tiny bit of rock-ish sound in it, like the whole vibe and the drums and shit. But in a cover, it just sounds like pure indie pop. And then for like two totally different production, they actually stick to like the one type of production they want. In the self cover, it knows that it is going to be a little bit poppy, so they mix the voice to be a little bit more pop sounding. In Rim's version, it was like indie pop, so they make her voice a little bit more smooth, really like an indie pop. So they both know the direction before they make a song, which I really have to respect and kind of impressed. Let's keep going with the cover. Ooh, really smooth. Oh, the arcade sounding lead will always do something to me. The same thing, like the production is like actually really smooth on this one, really clean. Her voice was really like stand out in terms of the whole mix, and her voice is really pleasant. If you didn't tell me that this is Rim, I might think it's Ikura. Man, you know what? I have to give her a subscribe, man. Alright, let's keep listening to the self-cover and see what else I can add on this. Yeah, by that lead synth, I really feel like the cover was EQ'd to really smooth, while the self-cover go for a little bit more of a high-end kind of sound, making everything sound really like a white noise, which I don't think it's bad. It's just like really different. Also, in terms of the vocal, Ayase go for a little bit more of a harmonizing kind of vocals, making everything sound really stereo-wise, while Ayase just like put vocal layers, but not exactly harmonizing. She was just making everything so, like I said, like a lullaby. The cover was just like something that you can listen to when you just want to relax, when you just want to do something at the same time listening to a song. While Ayase's version is kind of like you actually have to listen to a song to listen to it. There's a lot of this and that make two of the productions really different when comparing each other. But if I really have to like pick one that I like more, I have no answer for now, at least. They both did really well in terms of the vocals and the direction of the music they want to go for. But I really have to pay respect for Ayase because he's literally the one that made the instrumental and also the one who wrote the lyrics and sang and wrote the vocal melody even. He is like the whole production. So what should I go for when I'm judging this? Should I go for originality or should I go for like creativity? Anyway, let's keep listening to the cover. Such a good break. Ooh. And also, she added that little ambiance. It's great. It's great. It's great. It's great. Nice job, bro. Just sound crazy. Alright, you can hear like in terms of the drums, the sound preference of the drums. Listen to this one. It sounded a lot more tighter and a lot more bouncier. While in the original, I mean the self-cover, really punchy and kind of acoustic. I'm just surprised that even though this one is a cover, it's more like a remix of different genres. It's not exactly different genre, but it was slightly different style. I know I keep repeating the same thing that they both has their own guts. Like currently I thought I'm listening to two different songs. That's what I'm thinking. Anyway, keep going with the self-cover. His voice is really smooth on here. Like I said, for this one, it didn't really have that kind of smooth production, but it go for a little bit more of a white noise kind of sound that gave this song a really good emotion when it comes to Ayase singing it. While this one is a little bit more smooth, a little bit more clean. I believe they lowered down the high end a little bit more on this whole project to make it sound like really, really vibey. Night out kind of vibe. Conclusion, vocal, Ayase did really well in terms of like singing in that kind of instrumental, that kind of production. But I really have to give it to Rim because I feel like her vocal is just way too smooth and not too crazy somehow. She like has the emotions throughout the whole song, but it doesn't really like overtake the instrumental. Her vocal is just much more pleasant than Ayase's in my opinion. The instrumental, they're pretty much the same, but it comes down to the production that really make the instrumental sound different. The production, I would also like to give it to Rim because this kind of melody, this kind of vibe, I just don't feel like, I mean, Dancing Into the Night also has that kind of vibe, but it's like Dancing Into the Night is not like actually an elevated music. Without this kind of piano, this kind of arcade lead synth inside of the whole mix, I feel like Dancing Into the Night is more like a pop song and this one is more like a elevated music and indie pop kind of combination. I feel like Rim's vocal really executed with this kind of instrumental. That is also the reason why this instrumental is like so much more pleasant to listen to than Ayase's version. So for everything combined overall feeling, I'll also have to give it to Rim because I feel like this kind of soft music but still kind of like vibey. It's not slow. It was pretty fast. Yeah, I gotta say I love the cover more, man.